Truth be told, I've never been a huge fan of the iPad. If I wanted something convenient and portable, I would simply use the phone that's already in my pocket, and if I wanted to really get something done, and I wanted to carry something this big around, I would just use my laptop. But there's no denying that these devices have been incredibly popular over the years, and now we've got the best one ever. This, my friends, is the new iPad Pro, and I'm gonna figure out how to get it out of the box at some point, featuring Apple's new M4 processor, and from everything that I've heard about it so far, wow, it really is thin, isn't it? That is kind of wild. Of course, the thinness is not what caught my eye first. It's that display. Guys, we have run this thing through the gamut of tests in the lab, and I don't know how to put this other than to say it is on par, if not better, than any display that we have ever touched before. That includes the $20,000 reference display that we checked out recently from Flanders Scientific. Kind of makes the pricing seem downright reasonable, doesn't it? We'll get to that. But first, let's talk about what Apple has achieved here, starting with brightness. Looks unreal. My God, the sweat glisten. Holy balls. I don't think I've ever seen anything as lifelike as this through a screen. We have seen dual panel displays before. In fact, Hisense's ULED branding was originally used to describe a dual LCD panel that stacked the two panels together in order to achieve much deeper blacks. Well, Apple has kind of turned that concept on its head with dual OLEDs. OLEDs already have great blacks. So what are they using dual panels for? To massively boost the peak brightness. What's really impressive here is that Apple has managed to deliver an OLED that does 1,000 nits of brightness across the entire screen, and not only after half an hour does it not get dimmer, it actually managed to get brighter as the pixels warmed up. So you are now getting, across an entire white display, 1,000 flipping nits. Meanwhile though, it offers a reference mode that allows you to lock it in at 1,000 nits with unparalleled accuracy. I mean, Brandon, have we seen a display that is more accurate out of the box than this thing in reference mode?
Only the MSI.
For what? 10 to 20 times the price though? I just don't know how to, I don't think graphs can convey the difference in the consumption of HDR content with this device versus something lesser. It offers 10 to 120 hertz variable refresh rate. It's available with their nano texture, which we're not sure if it's the same as the Pro Display XDR because we've got the not nano texture one. But in a nutshell, if what you were looking for was an iPad with one of the best displays on the planet, then this is it. If what you were looking for, however, was just an iPad to hunt and peck at emails with and to casually have off to the side while you're cooking, I don't know if the value proposition is going to be as strong here. For funsies, I grabbed some old iPad we had kicking around. Do you guys actually know exactly which one this is? iPad Pro 11 inch. The f that even mean, Apple? Can someone look up MTX-Q2VC/A for me? 2018 iPad Pro 11 inch, perfect. You couldn't have just put that, you know what, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know. All right, that's a little faster. Don't know if it's world changing, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I understand both of the major takes on this product. On the one hand, very, very cool. Beautiful display, unbelievable. On the other hand, if all you need is an iPad for like doing iPad is it really that much thinner? I mean, yeah, but some of this thickness is our skin from D-Brand, who happens to be our sponsor. At least I hope it's from D-Brand. Apparently all I need to do is read this. I mean, that seems simple enough.
Got this though. Enjoy your helium.
Is this a fan fiction? I'm gonna try and do this in one.
Little Linus, the pint-sized panderer, might rise with wide eyes to tackle tricky tech tips.
swiftly stretching skyward from his undisguised child-sized bedside beside a surprise, suspicious sponsor D-Brand demands and commands his squeaky freaky speech get squeakier and freakier to cheekier commend their profoundly precise products prefaced with a prelude to their prodigious pranks deserve no thanks. What even is this? Shortlinus.com to buy some iPad skins.
Wow, that makes my voice sound downright low-pitched. Coming back to the iPad Pro though, just because we didn't see a huge earth-shattering difference in day-to-day responsiveness though, doesn't mean that there isn't a big difference in performance. The M4 chip at the heart of this thing came much earlier than we were expecting and is absolutely loaded for bear. Not only did it manage GPU performance that's about on par with a 5500 XT, which admittedly is a relatively low-end desktop graphics card, but is a desktop graphics card, but its CPU performance was about on par with a 13th gen Core i7. Oh yeah, and did I mention that it managed 17 hours of battery life in our endurance test? Imagine how much battery life you could get out of this thing if Apple made it just a couple millimeters thicker. And one of their priorities is making sure that the iPad never cannibalizes MacBook sales, no matter how close they make this thing to a MacBook. Let's have a look at some of the accessories. Oh, starting with the ones that came with it. You get, oh wow, look at that, a charging brick. Oh, and a USB 2 cable. Wow, thanks Apple. USB 2 cable. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm Stockholm syndromed enough that I'm just thankful that the USB-C port, which thankfully it has, is Thunderbolt 4 compliant. So you can hook up all kinds of accessories and docks. You can hook it up to high-speed storage and transfer your data off of it. That is pretty cool. Oh yeah, while we're here, it's got 4 speakers, 2 on each side. We've got our lock button over here. Man, how many microphones this thing got? I spotted 1 over there. 4 mics, dang, that's pretty cool. Oh, while we're here, there's actually a downgrade. We lost the ultra-wide camera, but thankfully we keep the LiDAR scanner so we can, gather depth maps of our environments. Let's have a look at the accessories. Meet the Magic Keyboard. Again, it's magicer than ever, I suppose. And that is what these little pogo pads are for. Seriously? That's it. That's how they make sure that it's not too much like a MacBook. That hinge could not possibly have opened any more than that, because then it would have been a MacBook. The fact that you can buy an iPad with an M4 processor, you cannot buy a MacBook with an M4 processor, and they still don't give you the option to choose between iPadOS and macOS on this thing. Absolutely, you know what? I don't care, because it doesn't matter to me. I'm not gonna be daily driving either of them. But it should matter to you, the Apple faithful. There is no argument left for Apple for why they shouldn't just allow you to use whichever software you like. Ooh. Pencil Pro. Now this has been a major source of controversy. I've seen a lot of the usual arguments against Apple's intergenerational incompatibility, but in this case, I actually don't really agree with them. The compatibility list for the new Pencil Pro is extremely short. It's the new iPads, and that's it. And I can understand why people are upset about this. I mean, clearly they have bought into this ecosystem and they want to be able to continue to use their old iPad with the new Pencil. And if Apple chose to make this not compatible with the old ones, that was a design choice that Apple made. But they've added an awful lot of functionality to this thing that honestly kind of justifies that it's a new generation of product designed to work with new generations of products in my mind. Unfortunately, all of our artists are either off today or work from home, which is really awkward. Are you gonna have one of them come in and actually like draw some? Okay, cool.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a graphic designer here at LMG, and I love the iPad Pro. I've been using the iPad since 2016. I'm a huge fan of it, and actually I bought this new iPad Pro M4 because I had an M1 and I think it was really worth the upgrade now, especially as well because of the new Pencil Pro. I use Procreate like 100% of the time. Oh, I like illustrating, and I love like how smooth it is, like how easy it is to draw whatever I want, honestly. Okay, yeah, the hovering here with the new Pencil Pro, I think it's super cool. It would be cool if you hover over, for example, this menu here of the brushes, and you can squeeze and you select the one that it's selected in a way, but I mean, maybe they will do an upgrade on that, hopefully. I love this new feature with the double tap. I can change immediately to eraser, so if I need to erase something here, it's super, super easy. And then go double tap and continue my drawing. For now in Procreate, we don't have like the squeeze feature with the menu coming out with the brushes, but I guess this is something will come out eventually. For now, there's other apps that support that feature of the pencil, but I mean, I work on this every single day. I love drawing, like when I'm home. Even if I'm like watching TV or something, sometimes I'll draw while I watch a show or something. It's so perfect how the pencil takes exactly the pressure that I'm applying to it. So I think I finished my artwork now. I mean, overall, I love it. Apple, you did a great job with this device, and the display is awesome. Like, the colors look super vibrant. It's like if I just drew this in real life, but it's now digital and it's way easier and faster. I love it.
This is so stupid. The fact that I can't just like fold it down 180 degrees, like why do I have to detach it? Why can't I? Let's go back to the keyboard for a second here. That's something that I actually am qualified to evaluate. Now, my ADD brain has a really hard time with these kinds of tests, but I'm gonna do my best at it. That's a darn good keyboard. I've been kind of into the low profile keys lately. And the trackpad is apparently bigger than last gen. Once you put the giant thing on it though, like, is it really that thin? Hold on, let's go back to my RTX 4070 gaming laptop now. I don't know, man. But hey, it's what is it, like 0.5 millimeter thinner? Not everyone is gonna put this case on it. A lot of people are just gonna use it as an iPad, and if that's the case, then it's thin. And apparently, it's not even fragile. Zach from Jerry Rig Everything said that it's held up surprisingly well to his bend test this way, although went a little bit easier than he expected this way. I guess they weren't ready for that. Oh, what I'm ready for is to check out the speakers. Apparently they're flipping awesome. The device is almost too thin to contain this amount of audio greatness. Have you noticed how much it vibrates? It's like in your hands. I mean, the only reason I'm not blown away is because I was expecting them to be this good. They're great. Oh, what about the camera though? I bet it sucks. But honestly, if you're taking pictures with an iPad, you deserve for your pictures to suck. Okay, that's pretty bad though. That is dog. No, that's really bad. Like iPhone 6 bad. But you know what? I bet the front-facing camera is decent. And is in a decent position now. Back to my whole, seriously, Apple, this isn't a MacBook at this point. They have moved the front-facing camera to the side edge now. Oh no, the front-facing camera is terrible too. It really did cost you something when you gave up that thickness. What else is there for us to talk about? It comes in space black and silver, also known as black and silver. You can locate the Pencil Pro with the Find My app. Actually, Find My app freaking saved my wife's purse like 2 weeks ago. Find My app. Ah, yes! Haha, the elephant in the room. The price. Good Lord. This thing starts at $1,000. And that's for like standard glass. That's for no cellular. That's for 256 gigs of storage. Do you know how much 256 gigs of NAND costs? Like nothing these days. And you get to pay another $200 for another 256 gigs of storage. No wonder their customers are so flippin' pissed off at this point. Wow. It caps out at $2,300 US. And you know what's even more remarkable? It is somehow not the most egregiously priced item in Apple's lineup. It's not even second. Apple set the bar extremely low. Great value. Good job, Apple. compared at least to some of your other stuff. And truthfully, you know, if I wanted this kind of display, I kind of do. This is the only way to get it. Nobody else is even close. Subscribe to Short Circuit.